enough to compete seriously with passenger aircraft, you must travel to Japan. In the foothills of Mount Fuji, 100 kilometers west of Tokyo, lies the tourist town of Tsuru. Why would anyone build a test track for the future of mass transit in such mountainous terrain? Because Japan is a mountainous country, answers Tadao Okai, a senior engineer for Japan Rail. The vast majority of 18.4 kilometers of our test track is underground because when we come to build the maglev network, we must build it beneath our cities.
Go for paragraph number 5. But for a maglev fast enough to compete seriously with passenger aircraft, you must travel to Japan. In the foothills of Mount Fuji, 100 kilometers west of Tokyo, lies the tourist town of Tsuru. Why would anyone build a test track for the future of mass transit in such mountainous terrain? Because Japan is a mountainous country, answers Tadao Okai, a senior engineer for Japan Rail. The vast majority of 18.4 kilometers of our test track is underground because when we come to build the maglev network, we must build it beneath our cities. Now, so in paragraph 5, there is a dialogue, there is a question and answers as well. You will see that. Now the question is, let's begin with the first sentence. But for a maglev fast enough to compete seriously with passenger aircraft, you must travel to Japan. Now, in the foregoing paragraphs, in the foregoing discussion, we saw that the reporter was praising maglev, right? China's maglev, right? But here now he is seriously now talking about that if there is a train, there is a maglev train, not any ordinary train, but maglev that can compete with the speed of aircraft, then you must go to Japan. In other words, the maglev he was talking about is not as fast as the maglev in Japan, right? So now here the discussion is about Japan's maglev. So now in the foothills of Mount Fuji, you know foothills from where the mountain begins, right? So it's the lower part of the mountain. So the lower part, right, of Mount Fuji, and that place is that these foothills are at the distance of 100 kilometers west of Tokyo. It's at a distance of 100 kilometers from Tokyo. Now there is a town that's called Tsuru. Now the question is, why would anyone build a test track for the future of mass transit? Mass transit means mass transportation, right? Mass means a lot of people. Mass transit, mass transportation, right? In such mountainous terrain. Now the question is, why would this is a test track, right? This is not something real for all the people. That's just test track. They are testing it whether it works or not. Now the question is, why would somebody build it in the mountainous area? Mountainous terrain means mountainous area. So the person is answering himself. Who is the person? Let's see. Yes, because Japan is a mountainous country, answers Tadao Okai, a senior. This person, Tadao Okai, answers because Japan is a mountainous country. This is a mountainous country, so you have to build a test track in mountainous area. Because your country is mountainous, so you have to deal with mountains. So you have to make it there. You have to test it there, right? Are you getting it? So that's why. And who that person is? He is a senior engineer for Japan Rail. The vast majority, again he is saying, right? This is the reporter is quoting him. It's a direct speech. The vast majority of 18.4 kilometers. The vast majority. Okay. Majority of the track is where? Of our test track is underground. This is now you should note down these things, right? This is a test track. Right? This is a test track. The second thing is, not the entire track is underground, but vast majority of it. Let's say 90%, 95%, 85% is underground, but some part of it is on ground. Are you getting it?
Yes.
We'll see how much is it. How much it is. Okay. because when we come, so the vast majority of 18.4 kilometers of our test track is underground, because when we come to build the maglev network, we must build it beneath our cities. So it's underground. Now the question, if I ask you why is it underground, the engineer Tadwoka is answering himself, because they have to make it underground. So that's why their experiment is also underground, right? If they were to make it on ground, was it a good idea, a sensible idea to test it underground? No. Of course not, because you are making it for on ground, so you should test it on ground. If you are making it for underground, so you should test it underground. Got it? So that, anything difficult here in paragraph 6? That was all for today. In today's class we studied paragraph number 5 and 4 and 5.